Evil's working on the mineral line. He's got just free reign on everything, taking out most of the drones, if not all of them. Finally getting Overseer. Meantime, Unsleep supply locks, almost supply locks, leeches. There's the supply lock. Uh-oh, no more troops. What you've got is what you've got. Go ahead and speed up to ×2 here. Goes for the Nexus, drills down on it. Takes out the Nexus. Alright, now we're in worse supply lock. At this point, Unsleep should have really focused on pylons and important buildings instead of that gas. But that's okay, we're busy elsewhere. And let's see, yep, he's mining off this second base. I know at one point he said he'd lifted off and landed, and he had it loaded with SCVs like I've been harping on, and forgot to unload the SCVs and get running, so just sheer humor there. So, this problem which we didn't see is Zeus tries to get his forces out while Leech is just trying to get his forces in. With such a narrow choke point, they're actually preventing each other from moving for some time until they finally got right away figured out. So Zeus's troops go over to the right, Leech's troops come over to their right, but that's a good 10-15 second delay. And with this amount of troops, that 10 to 15 seconds could have actually been a couple of pylons. Not the Nexus, but could have been a couple of pylons. So, unfortunately, Unsleep was not focusing on this battle, so a lot of his troops get wiped out by Psy Storms. Once he sees the battle and what's going on, well, it's too late. Not much to do. Troops get wiped out. Kevin decides to move his troops in, bails out, wise decision. Evil took out another expansion over here. So, I mean, Op 4's in serious trouble. They got one guy bringing in minerals, big-ass tatas. Two guys are in massive supply lock. Big-ass tatas doesn't have a lot of resources. Neither does Kevin, but you know, Kevin has an income. Unsleep has an income. Evil has an income. So we're going to see one last final battle here, and the way this rolls out is terrific. Couple of Colossi over there. I wish we'd have brought those up. So because of Unsleep's medevac over here, Evil is able to see Banelings being produced and said, you know what, let me go ahead and send my Zealots in first. I know that they're light, and I know that Banelings do more damage against light, but my hope was that I at least let these Zealots absorb the Baneling attack. What I should have done is told Kevin to bring his Colossi up. His Colossi could have really nailed out those Banelings early on, and we might have been able to not lose nearly as many troops. But here we go. Attack goes in. Lots of damage. And then come the High Templars. Really great job on those High Templars by Leeches. Colossi come in to attack as well, but unfortunately most of the damage has already been done to Kevin over here. So the Colossi don't do a whole heck of a lot. Leeches and Big Ass Tata's army moves over, takes out the expansion base. Thankfully, that gives us time to warp in some more troops, finish off some Immortals that Evil is bringing in. Slow down for just a little bit. So here's the force coming in. Walk right past Unsleep. That's great. And go for the exposed base. Nothing wrong with that. Kevin brings up his 3 Stalkers. Go ahead and try and slow him down. I personally think I would have left him here a little bit closer to the photon cannons to do some more damage, but it matters not. So Evil brings over the few troops he has. Unsleep drops his gates and brings out the few troops he has. This is wonderful. Completely split the attack. Here comes Evil. Evil hits over here. Unsleep hits from behind. Wonderful. I mean, these guys are just the nut in between the hammer and the anvil. Evil's troops get walked through pretty quick, but able to draw off 6 or 7 guys, leaving Unsleep to take out the rest here. These guys have been wounded. They've been damaged. Unsleep has overwhelming odds. Evil brings the rest of the troops over here into Kevin's cannons. Zeus says good game. I agree. You know, everybody's wiped out over here. Big Ass Tata's good game. Leech's good game. Or Leech's say it's over. Great work. Great game. And there Big Ass Tata's leaves the game. So that's it. Learned a lot of great things here. This early push against Zeus was helpful. Base construction for Leeches. I don't know if he intended to build this cannon here and then destroy it if that was his intent. But the early attack against Zeus disrupted his ability to warp in. More importantly, Unsleep's sight of this pylon, and we are paranoid about that on this map especially. Unsleep's sight of that pylon and destruction of said pylon was fantastic. If Zeus had put it back a little bit more, that still probably wouldn't have made a difference with Evil's early attack. Evil and Kevin's early attack over here, disrupting him. We didn't get the Cybernetics core before Warp Gate came available, but being able to knock that out, knock out a pylon, depower them eventually would have slowed them down long enough, I hope, to have made a difference. But otherwise, Zeus's attack up here would have been completely successful and incredibly dangerous against Unsleep. So, great game. A couple of really good things, especially I enjoyed Unsleep guarding the base here and taking out roaches and zerglings, etc., while Evil and Kevin's army was able to come in here and do some destruction of stuff. Unsleep's drop back here was very good. It was very, very useful. And just that triple time attack where Kevin was dancing around over here, Evil brought his Dark Templars in here, and Unsleep dropped in here. It was very well done, and I wish we could do that over and over again. So, thanks for watching this strategy session. I hope you guys learned something, and until we meet on the field of battle, stay evil.